once again a warm welcome to the channel, and we're back tonight with the Behringer XTouch Mini and the first of the how to set it up with Microsoft Flight Simulator. And from the brief introduction I did last night, I said I was going to go through how to configure it up and set it to be a GN530. So that's the project for this video. Let me jump down, get out of the way so we get some screen space. And the first thing we should do before we jump into it is have an idea of what we're going to end up with. So I knocked this sort of graphic up. That's very big. It's gone wrong already. And there we go. Move that. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. There we go. So, here is our 530, and I'm going to program all of these buttons, or most of these buttons, onto the XTouch Mini. And this is the layout I'm going to use. Now, the encoders here are not dual encoders, so there's only one encoder, and here you see we've got a dual encoder. We've got a larger button and a larger knob, rather, and a smaller knob to the left. So in my design, the outer buttons, the outer knobs here on the Behringer, in fact, let's bring it up so you can see that down below there. So this one here is that one there, of course, and this will be the larger knob on the left hand side. Yeah, this will be the smaller knob, the inner knob there. So I'm using those two for the COM and vlog, and the two on the other side I'm using for the GPS. Fairly easy. There are push buttons. In fact, what I'll do is I'll make either of them be this push that you see here. So both of those will be the same as pushing this button. Both of those, or either of them, should I say, will be the same as being push the cursor. The range buttons I've put here, up and down, as you can see. And then we've got the COM push, the navigation push, and then we've got those four buttons down there are along here, and they're the buttons along here, down there. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's always worth planning out to start with a picture in your mind of what it wants to look like. So that's what it's going to end up as, I hope. So you will need a copy of Access and O's. If you've already bought it, terrific. If you haven't already bought it, let's get that web page out of the way. If you haven't already bought it, you can go to the Access and O's and Lorbe's site, and I believe you can still get a demo version. So if you don't want to commit to the money, but hey, it's £18–19, it's fantastic value for money. So you've got to have Access and O's, and while you're programming this, it needs to be connected to the simulator. So I do have the simulator running in the background. There it is. We're in the C172. Doesn't matter where I am. It's cold and dark at the moment. And we're going to be programming up that. So we'll come back to that in a minute. So when you load up Access and O's, if you've already been playing around with it, you may have some configuration already in here, and what I want to do is start with a completely empty configuration and save it as a template, and that template will be called the GN530. That way, whatever plane I'm going to fly in the future, I can import that template or import the GN530 for the XTouch Mini into the aeroplane. So if you've already been playing with Access and O's, get it loaded and then start off by clearing out whatever's on here. So we will go to templates, I believe, and clear current config. And I get this pop up. Can't see because it's just off screen. Do I really want to delete all the assignments for this aircraft? Yes. So we got an empty screen. And I now need to start programming the buttons on the XTouch. So I better get that up so you can see it. There we go. Got it somewhere that isn't getting in the way. And I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller. We're going to need the desk space. But at least you can see what I'm doing. So from the diagram, let's start off with the rotaries. So this was the COM large and the COM small button. And I need to program those. So in Access and O's, we're going to the Assign Buttons column and we'll hit plus. And down, so it's not A. Key down event. So this is, I'm turning the knob to the left. Each time I turn the knob to the left, it's a rotary encoder, it will press a button. It will effectively press a button. So which button do I want to press? I want to press the larger COM to the left. We need to find that. And Lorby makes it really easy. This down. Click in here. And this pop-up comes up. Let's bring the pop-up down so you can see it. And I'm looking for the 530. Actually, there's loads of stuff in here. Oh, that's still... There's loads of stuff in here. Depending what you've loaded, and I've got scripts here from other things, but all you need to do is type in 530, apply the filter, and we've got these HTML variables. HTML variables are used intensively in Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you come from other simulators where you've got LVARs and other things like that in X-Plane or P3D, Microsoft, ASBO are moving to these HTML variables for a lot of the stuff. So, open up the HTML variables, and because I've put a filter in for 530, all I'm seeing in here are all the controls that we can program for the GPS. So it really is easy, isn't it? What I'm looking for is the large knob going to the left. There you go. AS530, large, left large knob, turn to the left. So I just double click and it's entered into that column. Now, what button is going to be assigned to that? Guess what? All I have to do is turn this rotary to the left. What happens? And you can see it is the XTouch Mini Channel 10 Event 301. You don't have to worry about any of that. But that is it. I click Add. And now, every time I turn that to the left, you will see this, hopefully. And I made a mistake. Wow, I made a mistake. Because what it's actually picked up here is clicking the button. There I turned it to the right. Now I turn it to the left. That makes more sense, doesn't it? XTouch Mini, turn left. Save. So now if I turn this button to the left, every time I turn it, see that light flashing on and off? And now I just work my way through the template. It really is that easy. So let's go on and add another button. And we are going to search again for the 530. It would be really nice if you could apply this filter once and just leave this open all the time. Large knob to the right. Apply filter. No, not apply filter. Just double click it. Large knob left. Large knob right to the left. I don't want that. I want large knob left to the right. Picked the wrong one. So, large knob left, large, going to the right. There it is. And make sure that the light's on against the assigned key. This is the key that we're programming for this. And I turn this to the right. And you can see here, it says XTouch Mini turning to the right. Add. So turn this knob to the left, turn it to the right, and you can see those two lights flicking on and off. Now we're going to do the small knob on the left. Add. Key down event, search 530. HTML variables. Left small knob, left. Turn to the left. Add. So you can see you can get into a flow of this fairly quickly. 30. HTML variables. Left. Small knob, right. Left small knob, right. Add. And of course there is a push button there. The push button is on the small one. So we'll click add. 30. Left small knob, push. Click. Left small knob, push. Add. Want to double check these at any time, just turn the knobs and the lights coming up in is accessing those. So there's the left. Is the left one done? Let's do the right one. Bring the picture down so you can see what we've just done. Just programmed that. Now we're going to program. Oh. Now we're going to program the right button, or right knob. Add. 530 in the filter. Open variables. Now we're looking at the right knob. Large right knob left. And in my design, I put it over here. Turning that to the left. Make sure, unlike I did first time round, it does say turn left. If it says click, because it's picked up a click, and it does that sometimes, so just turn the knob till it says left. Add. Click and now it's going to be the right large knob to the right. They really do make it simple because they talk about the left small knob and the right small knob. They're not talking about the COM, V-lock or the GPS knobs. They just make it really easy. Large knob, right large knob, the right. Double click. The light against the assigned buttons already programmed, already selected. Turn right and add. Now it's the left button. See where we're going with this, don't you? 30. Left button. Sorry, right button, small left. Right knob, small left. Hit click then. Add. Add. Left. 30. HTML variables. Right small knob, right. Knob to add. And now add right small knob, click. Oh. HTML variables. Push. Click. Add. So, where are we? We've done these two. Inner and outer. We've done the inner and outer on there. We've got the push buttons for those. Now we can just work our way round. So here we got the COM swap. On that button there. Going to be the COM swap. And work our way around. So. Add. 530. HTML variables. Now it's up to you how you want to do this. Do you want to do it, work your way down the list, or do you want to work your way around the buttons? To be quite honest, if I was you, I would work your way down this list. Otherwise you're jumping backwards and forwards and it's hard to remember where you've been and where you haven't been. So, clear push. So, as you know, or hopefully as you know, when you're using the G5000, the clear has two options. There is a standard push and there's a long push. The long push always takes you back to the beginning. I don't have a long and a short push option with Access and O's. Well, I don't think there's a long and a short push. Whatever. I've actually assigned, as you can see here, two clear buttons. Clear short and clear long. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one along is the short push. Or the standard push. So there we go. Standard push. That is going to be the, let's say fifth one along. Fifth one along, I just press it. And you can see event 36, click. Add. Next event. On the 530. Okay. Is the clear long push. Double click it, and the long push was going to be this button here. I can click add. And next one along. 30. HTML variables. COM swap push. Double select that. COM swap push. Can't remember. I've got it up on the screen here, but you can see here that's my COM swap push. I'm not going to keep bringing this down. Just take my word. I know what I'm doing. If only I did. COM swap push. That one. Add. Next one. 530. 30. COM swap push. Direct to push. The direct to the direct to button was this one here. Add. Next one on the 530. Enter push. And the enter push was looking up. Yeah. Add. And the next one is going to be enter push, flight plan push. Click. Flight plan button is fourth one along. One. 30. After flight plan, large knobs, we've done all that. Menu push. Menu push is the fourth one along the top. And again, remember, you press any of these buttons you've programmed, you see the light come on. It's quite useful sometimes to keep pressing buttons that you've programmed to make sure the lights come on, because what will inevitably happen, well, it happened to me because I was rushing it, you program the same button with two features. That's possible. You might want one button to switch landing lights on and taxi lights, for example, so you could set the same feature on the button twice, or program the button twice with the same. Alright, let's go. Next one. 530. HTML variables. So we just did menu, now it's message. And the message button is along the bottom. Add another button. So get in there. Nav swap push. Nav swap push, just bring it down. That's that one there. That one there, which I've got assigned to the second button on the top row. There's nav swap, second button on the top row. Press it. No. A530 doesn't make 530 push. And nav swaps push. So OBS push. And the OBS button was so. Procedure push. And procedure was procedure large knob, we've done that. Zoom. Zoom and de-zoom. De-zoom. De-zoom? That's not even English. I assume I mean zoom out. Add. And now we'll do zoom in. Okay. Variable. Zoom. That one. And there's only one left. Variables, and that's the VNav. And VNav. So, it is all done. Now I'm going to show you how to use this template with other aircrafts in a minute, but let's test this out and get this, see that this is working. So we'll bring up the flight simulator again. Means I have to get rid of the desktop. And there's the flight simulator. There's my controls. And now I just need to power up the aircraft. Two. Avionics. That'll do. And can I zoom this in slightly for Okay, so these are my com. So you should see this. Yeah, I don't think you should see the com radio go up and down. Let's have a look. So this is the decimals. And that takes it up and down. Com swap. This button here. This is brilliant, isn't it? And VNav swap. VNav swap. To get from the... So this left button, of course, is changing the com frequency. If I want it to change the navigation frequency, then I have to press the small knob in the center. And now you can see programming nav frequencies, and I close over. Small knob, and I'm back to the right knob. Likewise, I go through the right knob. That's the larger knob. One's turning the smaller knob. We've got range, zooming in, zooming out. So all the buttons are working. And it really is that simple. Now we can get a bit more advanced and make lights come on, but that's for another day. So there we have the 530 working in the Cessna. If I change aircraft, and let me make 20 sim, and get this. Sorry, excuse me 1 minute. Talk. Fill the screen. Boom, there. Right. So let's come out of this one. And go to the main menu. Load up another aeroplane. I'll come back. Oh no, let's load the aeroplane up. And no, I won't load the aeroplane up yet. I want to show you what's happening with the template. So come back to the simulator in a minute. Let's look at what we've got here. Because the minute I change planes, of course, Lorby, Axis and those will change the profile here. And I need to save this template. So we can. So under templates now, I can go scripting, templates, save current setup as a template. Yes, and you can see I've already got a 530 programmed here. But this is a new one. This is a different variation. This 530 that I've got programmed up is a combination of push buttons on Stream Deck and rotaries on here, and I'll tell you why I've mixed the two and not done everything on one product another day. So I want to save this as the XTouch. XTouch GN530. Save. So I've saved the template. Let's get back to the simulator and find another plane that's got a 530 in it. So how about go for the Mooney. Mooney. There we go. Another Mooney. And go to Jersey again. That's departure. Bye. And if I bring up desktop, you can see because I've switched aircraft, Access and O's has seen that, and we're now in the Coronado. As you can see, I've already got a set of assigned buttons on there. And this is my other version of the 530. If I want to now add the one I've just done, I can go to templates and apply other config to this aircraft. So let's do that. Apply other config. And now my mouse has gone way off the screen. And I've made a mistake because it's not a config. I want the cancel. I want the template. Apply template to this aircraft. Apply template to this aircraft. So if I go apply template, you will find the template that you've created, and there it is, the XTouch GN530. And if I apply that, scroll down. Oh, why can't I scroll? There's a pop-up box which you can't see. And I can't move it, so now I've got to... OBS being weird on me now. I'll tell you what I'll transform. Screen. For this to show you one single pop-up. Oh God, drive me round the bend. OBS, why can't you just pan around this? Ugh. Let me tell you what it says. I've got a pop-up at the top of the screen that says, do I want to replace the current configuration with this template, or do I want to merge it? Now, this will cause me problems if I go merge, because it's going to... I'm going to end up with two conflicting buttons programmed. So I should do a replace, but I don't want to lose the work I've already done, so I'm not going to do anything. What you would normally do is just merge it. So you can have a 530, program that up for one aircraft, save it as a template, and then you could do the 430, for example, program that up. You could do the G1000 exactly the same way. There is no difference. Do it that way every time, and away you go. And that's it. I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, if you sort of rewind, I'm sure you'll give it a go. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer. Put them in the show notes. Put them in the comments below, and I will try and answer the questions as soon as I can. Let me just cancel that. It's not going to let me cancel it either. Yeah, sorry about that. So that's it. Now, the next lesson, or it's not, the next episode, I'm going to configure the XTouch Mini to be the FCU for the fly-by-wire A320. And that's a little bit more complicated because you're going to have to work with some scripts. And I'm not a script writer. I dabble. but I know where you can get the scripts already done for you. So that's what's coming up next. I hope this was useful for anyone doing the XTouch Mini. I haven't forgotten about the Stream Deck. There is more of that coming, but the two products are now working in unison, so I need to get the XTouch Mini up to speed and then show you how to combine both products together, and you've got a programmable cockpit for any aircraft at a fraction of the cost. So hope to catch you again soon. Don't forget, we stream live on Sundays, and we're going to have another go at shared cockpit, maybe. If there's anything you want, anything you think I should look at, drop me a line. Until next time, as usual, enjoy your flying, stay safe, and let me say goodbye. Bye.